Oh, that it were possible we might but hold some 2 days' conference with the dead. John Webster.
It's occurred to me with greater and greater force, and largely prompted by giving DMT occasionally to Tibetans and Amazonian shamans. And when you say to them, to the shamans in the Amazon, when you say to them, what is happening with this stuff, and what are those little things in there? They say, oh, well, those are ancestor spirits. Didn't you know? Haven't you heard? Shamanism is about doing healing through the intercession of ancestor spirits. Say, ancestor spirits. Let's get this straight. Dead people is what you're talking about, right? These are dead people. And, maybe because I was raised Catholic, I resisted this like grim death. But I'm beginning to think that what you actually break into in that place is something that we might call an ecology of souls. That is it possible to entertain the notion that at death you actually don't just become worm food, but that something survives in some other dimension, and that it has this bizarre character to it, and that this explains their peculiar affection for humanity and their involvement somehow in our fate. Well, this is, to me, fairly mind-bending as a possibility. If what is awaiting us at the end of the 20th century is the erasure of the boundary between the living and the dead, then we've all been too conservative in our projections of what is going on, yeah. As you know, shamans in all times and places gain their power through relationships with helping spirits.
Understand the living, you gotta commune with the dead.
Somehow, the acquisition of a relationship to a disincarnate intelligence is the precondition for authentic shamanism.
Third most important person in the theocracy of Tibet is known as the state oracle.
Now, nowhere in our world do we have an institution like that we do not consider pathological, except in the now very thinly spread tradition of the muse.
Do you know what a muse is? Muse? Yeah, I think so. Really? So I've got a muse. I've got my own muse.
Artists, alone among human beings, are given permission to talk in terms of my inspiration, or a voice which told me to do this, or a vision that must be realized.
The self is only that which it's in the process of becoming. Art, same thing. James Joyce had something to say about it too. Welcome, O life. I go to encounter for the millionth time the reality of experience, and to forge in the smithy of my soul the uncreated conscience of my race.
If society is to somehow take hold of itself at this penultimate moment, as we literally waver on the brink of planetary extinction, then the artist, like Ariadne following her thread out of the labyrinth, is going to have to follow this shamanic thread back through time. We have been disempowered by a rational tendency to deny our irrational roots, which are a kind of embarrassment to science, because science is the special province of the ego, and magic and art are the special province of something else. I could name it, but I won't. It prefers to be unnamed.